Now, I've put together for you 10 easy exercises. They are basic exercises and they're a great starting place for you to build from. They're going to work different parts of the body, so you're going to get a full body workout across these 10 exercises. And I'll give you different options to take them up a level when you're more confident your technique is correct, or to take them down a level to get the basic technique going and to get your confidence. So the first one we're going to do is a squat. So, nice and parallel legs, hips, knees and feet. The most basic option, level 1, is a plain squat up and down. So we're bending in a nice parallel position, your bottom is going back and out and your chest is lifted. That's your level 1. Level 2, we're going to add a bounce in. So you can go down to your squat and add a pulse, and back up again, same technique. Level 3, if you want to increase it that little bit more, we're going to add a calf raise. So a squat and a calf raise. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate level 3. So we're going to be doing the squats with a calf raise. Whatever version you're doing, I'd like you to do 10 repetitions for now. If you find this too much, obviously take it back a level. If you can do more, then fantastic. Maybe add a few more on top and gradually increase it over time. But for now, I'm going to demonstrate 10 to give you a good idea. So off we go, 10 squats. So bottom back and out, legs nice and parallel, so hips, knees and feet are all aligned. Keep your chest and your head lifted. Make sure as you go down, there's no hunching, got everything lifted up. And your weight should be back over your heels as you squat down. In theory, you should be able to lift your toes off the ground. 6 and 7 and 8 and 9, last one, and 10. So that's your squat exercise. What I demonstrated there was actually level 1, so your basic squat. As I said, you can add a pulse in to make it harder and a calf raise in to make it harder still. But that was your basic level 1 exercise. The next one we're going to do is I'm going to use the resistance band to start working your chest and your shoulders. So for the moment, I'm going to use the red one, which is one of the lighter ones. I can demonstrate to you how we can use it to work on our chest and shoulders. So, the further away from the centre you hold the band, the easier it is. If you want to increase the intensity, bring your hands further in. So for now, I'm going to position mine here. And we're going to be pulling the band apart and back together again. Apart and back together. Now your technique, we're thinking about posture. Hips, knees and feet all aligned. Knees nice and soft, not locked out, nice and soft. We're pulling up to the top of our head so we're nice and light on our feet. We're engaging our core to make this work for us, to give us our structure. And our shoulders are back and down and as relaxed as you can make them. So you're going to do 10 of these exercises to work on chest, shoulders and upper arms as well. Here we go. And 1, so we're pulling apart and releasing. Pulling apart and releasing. So a nice simple exercise, as I say, to make it easier, hold towards the end of the band. To make it harder, hold closer towards the centre. Or change the band entirely and use a different level of resistance. 7, pulling that core in all the time. 8, thinking nice and tall. And 9, last one. And 10, and relax. So you should feel it working, like I say, your chest, shoulders and upper arms and across your back too. Our next exercise is our side bend. So again, a nice basic exercise. Our technique, again, hips, knees and feet all aligned. Again, a nice soft, relaxed knee. Pulling up through the centre of our head and pulling in through your core. Now the 3 different options I'm going to give you. Level 1, your basic entry level, is hands on hips. So you bend from side to side with hands on hips. That's your level 1. Level 2, we're going to hands by ears. So bending sideways this way. Level 3, you're adding an extra lever, arms in the air, and that makes it trickier still. So side to side with your arms up. So those are your 3 different options. I'm going to demonstrate level 2, 10 side bends in total. Again, pitch it as to where you're at. Either you can do more repetitions, less repetitions, up to you, do it at your level. So I'm doing level 2 here, and we're gonna do 10 side bends, off we go. So I'm making sure that I'm going directly side to side. I'm not leaning forward or back, otherwise it's gonna compromise technique. Nice and slow, steady pace, nice and controlled. 6, pulling in your core the whole time, giving you that stability. And 8, last 2, slow and controlled, 9, and last one, 10. So those are your side bends. You should feel it working in your side here. If you find it too easy, like I say, add an extra lever or take your arms up or down. If you're finding it too hard, take it back a level. Or you can make them smaller side bends, up to you. Obviously, the further over you go, the more you're going to be working your side and your core. The next exercise we're going to do is a jumping jack. So again, I will give you 2 different options for this one. So there's an easier non-impact version and a harder version with a jump included. So the easier version first. We can do side taps. This is a half jack. This is a simple version without using any arms. So as you bend on the leg, it's nice and parallel every time. This can be taken up to this. So that will be the next level. Again, a half jack with no impact. Again, every time I'm making sure my tracking is correct, hip, knees and feet all aligned. Now the third version, which is what I'm going to demonstrate, is with an impact, so with a jump. So that's jumping out and in. So again, each time you land, we're concentrating on technique, hips, knees and feet aligned. So you're going to go for 10 of these and I'll demonstrate level 3. Off we go. And 1, 2, nice and slow and steady. And 4, 5, 6, 7, nice technique, 8, and 9, and 10. So that's your jumping jack. Our next exercise we're going to do is a lunge. So, different options. Our most basic option will be hands on hips. Next level up will be hands by ears, and level 3 option, hands above your head. I'm going to demonstrate level 2. The legs will be the same. We're going to alternate lunges coming forward. Now again, to increase or decrease the intensity, you can decide how low you go in this lunge. A shallow lunge, lesser intensity. The further down you go, the higher the intensity. So if I show you from side on, with my hands here for my level 2 option. So a nice long stride. This would be a level 1 with our legs. So a small lunge. If you wanted to make it level 2 and go down further still, it would be here, all the way down to a level 3 here. We should ideally, if we're in a level 3 here, have 2 right angles with our legs. Never put your knee on the ground and relax it. You're taking away the tension, and also you might hurt your kneecap. So give it just off the ground here. And we're going to alternate legs coming forward. The key, as always, is your core. So I want you to hold this in nice and firmly. This is your support system. If this is in place, it is so much easier to move your legs and everything else around it. If this is loose and wobbly, your legs won't stand a chance. So keep this firm. This is your control center. So I'm going to show you 10 lunges. I'm going to be doing level 2. So a medium dip and my arms here. Up to you which level you choose. I'd much rather you go in at an easier level and make sure your technique is correct and make sure you're happy with what you're doing rather than going in too hard too soon. Okay? So level 2, and we're doing 10 lunges. Off we go. And 1. Nice and slow and controlled. 2. Thinking about our core all the time, particularly as you push back. That's when you need your core. 4, holding here, nice and tight. and 5, and 6, nice and slow and steady, 7, and 8. Try and keep those shoulders relaxed, your neck relaxed, 9, last one, keep checking your parallel legs, and 10. Good. With those, always make sure your stride is long enough. If your stride is too shallow, as you go down, you're putting pressure on your knee joints. That's not what we're after. We want the work to happen here and here. You take a nice long stride to make sure your muscles take the effort of the exercise and not your joints. So don't do it underneath you. Take that nice long step each time. So the next exercise I'm going to show you is a tricep dip. I'm going to show you the easier version because we are doing the easy workouts right now. But in time, again, you can build up on it and change it as you're ready to. So, technique. We're going to have bent knees for this one. Your feet grounded on the floor. Your hands are going to be facing forwards. Now, you can change the intensity depending on how low you go into this dip. Obviously a shallow dip here, light intensity. And the further down you go, the harder you'll make it. So I want you to think about pulling elbows in towards each other, don't let them splay out. Try and keep your shoulders down and relaxed and engage your core here. Again, the more you can pull this in and make it work for you, the easier it'll be for everything else. So you're going to try 10 dips. So fingers facing forward, 10 dips, off we go. And 1. So slow and controlled. And 3. Try and keep those shoulders down as much as you can. And 4. Remember to pull your elbows in nice and tight. 5. And 6. Keep pulling your core in as well. 7. And 8. Last 2. 9, keep that slow, steady pace. Last one, 10. Those are your tricep dips. So triceps are the back of the arms there, and we're isolating them and making them work hard. The next one I'm going to do is a crunch, so working our abdominals. I'm going to lie you down. The different options depend on the arms. Arms crossed for the crunches is the easiest version, level 1. Level 2 is hands by ears. Level 3, arms up above you. That's your harder version. So again, pick the level that's right for you. We're going to go for 10 crunches. So bent knees, flat feet to give you a good base. So I'm going to go for here for demonstrating, so level 1. 10 slow and steady crunches. Off we go. And 1. 2. So as you're coming up, make sure you have this gap under your chin. Don't crunch your chin in. Or you're going to strain your neck. That's not what we're after. The effort should be here. 5. 6. And 7. Nice and slow, steady pace as always. 8. 9. Last one. 10. So that was your crunches for your abdominals. The next exercise we're going to do is heel flicks. So it's a cardio one, and it's going to be working our hamstrings, the back of our legs here. You should feel it working all the way up the back. I'm going to give you 2 different options with this one. There's one with no impact and one with impact. The aim of it is to try and kick your bottom every time. The more you can aim to kick your bottom, the more you're going to be working those hamstrings. So if I show you from side on, the non-impact, easier version would be alternating legs and aiming for that bottom every time. The impact version with a jump is like that. So you're aiming for your bottom. Now, level 1 would be No impact, hands on hips, so you're just stepping from one leg to the next. Level 2 would be adding the impact, so adding the jump, springing from one foot to the next. Level 3, you can take your hands here or even above your head. It's just adding extra leverage to work this core a little bit harder. So I'm going to go for level 3, I'm going to pick today. So we're going to be jumping from one leg to the other, and I'm going to go for my hands by my ears and aim for my bottom every single time to really engage these hamstrings and make them work. Think about your core. Again, your control center is here. This needs to be solid. So you're going to do 10 sets. I'm going to start facing the front and turn sideways so you can see from both angles. So 10 sets, off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, thinking about here, thinking about kicking those heels up as high as you can make them. And those are your heel flicks. The next one we're going to do is a plank. Now this is a full body workout in a plank, but we're concentrating mainly on your core area. I'm going to give you 3 different versions again, so as always, pick the one that's right for you. I'd much rather you go in easy, particularly with this one, and gradually build up over time than you go in too hard. So, option 1, down on our elbows, the knees fairly close to the body, here. The further your knees or feet are away from you, the harder it will be. So we have our level 1 here. Level 2, up on your feet, here. So nice flat position. Level 3, up into a hand plank. Now, whichever version you choose, I want you to make sure there are a few things going on. I want you to make sure your core is held in and is nice and secure. If your core is not held in, it's going to cause your tummy to dip, back arch, and you're putting a lot of pressure on your lower spine. We're not after that. We want to protect your lower spine and make sure this is engaged and working for you. Equally, I don't want you to think about this so much that your bottom goes up in the air, because that will take the pressure away from your core and not work it as well. We should be staying nice and still in the plank position, no shuffling around, nice and still and controlled, tight bottom, making that work for you, and nice deep breaths. People often have a tendency to hold their breath doing a plank, but you need the air, so try and keep concentrating on that too. Now I'm going to go for a level 2 option, so I'm going to do it on my elbows and my feet. Whatever you're going to do, we're going to hold for 10 seconds for now. If that's too much, take it down after a few seconds. If you can hold it for longer, fantastic. You keep going, and gradually over time you can build up that time span. So I'm going to show you 10 seconds in a level 2 option. And 1, 2, nice and flat. 3, 4, nice and controlled. 5, 6, no jiggling around. 7, 8, making my bottom work. 9, and 10. So that's your plank. The most important thing, as I say, is this core. Make this work for you. The more you can hold this in, the better your technique, the more you're going to get out of it, and the quicker you will progress. If you feel your back is hurting at any point, stop. The most likely cause will be that this isn't being supported, you're letting your core go. So particularly as you get tired, really think about putting this core in and supporting that lower back, making this work to its maximum. That's your plank. The next exercise we're going to do, and our last one in this 10 set, is running on the spot. Now this one is perfect. You can make it as intense or as easy as you want it to, simply by changing the speed of your running. So, an easy run on the spot would be a slow, steady pace, small arm movements. You can gradually increase the speed, gradually increase the arm movements, and get faster and faster, depending on your level of fitness. So, these are our runs on the spot. We're going to go for 10 seconds. I'm going to go somewhere in the middle. It's up to you as to where you pitch it. You can play around with it. See how you go. You can elongate the amount of time you do it, the speed you do it, play around and choose a level that's right for you. So here we go, 10 seconds. And 1, 2, 3, get those arms pumping. 4, to give them a workout as well. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. So that's your running on the spot. And that's our last one out of the 10 easy exercises. So that concludes our 10 easy exercises. There's a selection there for full body workouts, working different areas of your body, and they were nice and easy for you to get a good basic grounding. They are low intensity workouts, so I'd like you to pick a nice, easy, low intensity level and gradually build from there once your technique is right, once your confidence is up, when you feel ready to progress. You can do the 10 exercises in their entirety, if you have the stamina and ability to do it, or you can pick and choose from those 10 as and when you're able to. Whatever you choose to do, I hope you enjoy them.